One player who stayed with their old team is Blake Griffin, and our only Jenkins has written about Blake, but this quote from his teammate Austin Rivers was incredibly revealing. He said the dynamic with Blake and Chris Paul was weird. I don't know why. It was just strange. No one knew who the leader was, and if you had something to say, it would turn into an argument. I think people were sometimes scared to say something to Blake because you didn't know how he'd react. Now he's a whole different person, more approachable, and I think it's because we've embraced him. We know who our leader is. We're all in with Blake Griffin. Wow. Do you think that the Clippers can now win a championship with Blake Griffin as the #1 guy?
If I have to answer it honestly, no. I don't think they'll win a championship with Blake as the #1 guy. And I don't mean that as a diss of Blake Griffin, who's a tremendous player. Look, if you add talent around him that's on par with him, maybe you can get to that championship level. But I'd consider Blake, and this speaks to how good the NBA is right now, how good the stars are, almost on the tier 2 of superstars, and he's an awesome player. I mean, he can get up and down the floor, he can shoot the basketball, obviously he can dunk, he's improved. I do think Chris Paul leaving was better for everyone involved. From a basketball standpoint, in the sense that they've always played pretty well when one of the three was removed, whether it was Paul, DeAndre Jordan, or Blake Griffin. And then a personality standpoint, Chris Paul very feisty, getting towards the end of his career, and Blake Griffin now feeling emboldened to lead this team.
I think this reveals a lot about Blake Griffin and the fact that he really does need to be the alpha. This is something we talked about with Jack McCallum not too long ago. What could be the eventual demise of the Golden State Warriors? And it's that nobody knows if Steph or Kevin Durant is the guy. I think it makes a lot of sense that teams need one leader and then everyone else fills in a role after that. And it appears that the Clippers are no different. And one thing I'll say is that, Austin Rivers has said some interesting things about Chris Paul in the past. So maybe there is a little bit of sour grapes there, considering Chris Paul wanted to leave the team. You never know what's going on because Austin Rivers and Doc Rivers are father and son. That dynamic could be a little bit interesting. But I don't believe the Clippers, even with Blake Griffin very solidly in the alpha role, are they as elite as the Rockets? No. Are they there with the Thunder? No.
They're on that Portland
Clearly, they're not there
level
with the Warriors. Yeah. So I like them as a great team. Jerry West now in the front office. I feel like he's helped a lot of teams in the past in terms of talent evaluation, things like that. So I like where the Clippers are going. They made a good addition by subtraction, but I can't put them at championship level right now.